in the constructive or the rebuttal. Yeah, I don't understand the question, and this is not a good time to be asking it. Okay.
My opponent Nick covered 4 claims that I would like to refute. One, without a level playing field, these players will no longer take a chance with smaller schools when they know they will make less money for their athletic abilities. First off, we are not claiming to pay students. We are based on the money that they generate or could generate. We are simply saying that the average $3,200 that my opponent talked about is not covered in all of their scholarships. That would be covered normally. If students know that wherever they go, they will have their whole education paid for, students would be more willing to go anywhere and maybe start a dynasty at a smaller school. Number 2, he said, if a college athlete is receiving money for playing the sport at a university, why should students not be allowed to receive money from outside sources, for instance, future athletic organizations merely helping a struggling athlete, which is what we claimed earlier. The student in this situation discussed needed food. He needed food money. His scholarship money did not cover all the expenses, and he ran out of funds. So he went to an outside source, and in our proposition, we are covering all expenses. If a student needs money for food, the university can give it to them. If an athlete is short for tuition, that will be covered. This is not giving players a free pass to spend all their money on whatever they want. Coaches, teammates, friends, and family are always watching. In most all instances where athletes were caught breaking the rules, for instance in Terrell Pryor's situation, they were reported by roommates. And again, we don't condone what Terrell Pryor did. Number 3, he stated, it's a very lofty claim to make that college athletes produce large amounts on income for colleges when the sport itself is producing these revenues. Well, sure, the sport is producing these incomes, but who is bringing the sport to life? The athletes. Without the athletes, you could not have a sport. Without the athletes, you could not have a fan base. When you look at successful schools in sports, why are they successful? Because of the players they have on their respective teams. Like in the instance that we shared before with Jamar, the NCAA had to drop the hammer of a student athlete who's made the NCAA millions of dollars over the course of his career. Not a team, but a single player. Number 4, he claims the average citizen pays to watch college athletes compete as a team, not the individuals themselves. In sports, we all know this is false. Who watches sports to watch a bench player? Who watches the Miami Heat to watch Mike Miller or Shane Battier, if you even know who they are? Who watches the Yankees to watch Russell Martin? Who watches the Patriots to watch Matthew Slater? No. We watch the Heat to watch LeBron James, Dwayne Wade. We watch the Yankees to watch A-Rod and Derek Jeter. We watch the Patriots to watch Tom Brady. In college sports, it's no different. In 2006-2007, the Oklahoma football program, the Sooners, they had a star running back named Adrian Peterson. Adrian Peterson was one of the most athletic running backs I've watched, and I would often catch myself, even though I'm a USC fan, tuning into Oklahoma to watch him, break all these records. In the same context, BYU in the 2011 season had its best shooter of all time in Jimmer Fredette. Now, I'm not saying I'm a BYU fan in any sense, but I would tune into ESPN and March Madness just to watch this guy put up 40 points a game, and it was ridiculous. Now, you could say that because of this, those certain players should have been compensated, since they were such high-profile players, but we still claim that everyone should benefit from this. This would make schools strive to be more competitive, to recruit high-profile players, since everyone is equal in the money to be distributed. Yet the benefits could be large for the individual school. This is why, yet again, we believe that all NCAA students should receive an additional stipend for the school year.